Hello and welcome back to Interstorm Games Presents. My name is Richard Cree and this is Piper Cree. What are you doing?
Hi, puppy.
You're a puppy dog? Alright. This is my puppy dog, Piper Cree. And this is Interstorm Games Presents, our third episode in our series of Conquest of Planet Earth by Flying Frog Productions. We're going to be doing turn number 2 today. And you know what? Let's just get right to it. What do you think? What more can you say? Alright, so here we are at the beginning of turn 2, and we already did our command phase. We did that at the end of the last video. We rolled the dice and came up with 4 action points. We didn't have any comments or suggestions, so I'm going to go ahead and spend those 4 action points now. I'm tempted to spend 3 of them on this Endless Waves, which will let us start bringing back our destroyed ships for free, but then that will only allow me to move 1 ship, which I could move the Warlord Kaz back because he's got a strength of 5, but I'd like to do these. I'm real nervous. I want to keep moving these in 2 because we have things like strength 7 jet fighters and strength 6 fighter planes out there. We got very lucky with our rolls last turn. Rolled a couple of 6s. And, oh wait, we do have like our Overseer Intervention maybe we can use. So let's go ahead and try doing that. Let's spend 3 of our points on Endless Waves. So this will be permanently in play. What Endless Waves does, at the start of each of our action phases, starting next turn, because we've already entered the action phase for this turn, we'll be able to return all of our destroyed aliens, including our allies, to our landing site for free. Now I do have 1 destroyed spaceship here, but I can bring them back for 1 point, but I don't think I want to do that now, because again, this one takes place at the start of the action phase. We're already in the action phase now. So instead, I think, and since we have this in play, I'm going to just use our last one to scout out down to space 5 down here and see what we come up with as a location in the battle phase. Maybe we can take another spot. So that will end our action phase. That's 3 action points spent. We'll now enter the battle phase. And we will draw a location card for our spaceship that's down here. And this is the electric power plant. And any alien that moves to this location is destroyed on the roll of a d6 roll of 1 or 2. Well, alright. I guess we should roll the dice and see what happens. In a d6 roll of 1 or 2, we could be destroyed. And there's a 2, and we were destroyed. Alright, I'm not too concerned about being destroyed there because we can bring them back next round for free. We aren't going to get any points this round though. We're not going to be able to have any battles. Man, that's going to be tough to take that one. Alright, well that's going to bring us then to the draw phase. And again, I don't want to discard any of my cards. I could discard 1 if I wanted to, but I don't want to discard any of them. So we'll just draw 1 new event card. And we've drawn Gear Up again. And Gear Up will allow us to draw a space stuff card for 1 action point if we choose to do that next turn. And that will end our draw phase, and that'll take us right into the resistance phase. So the first thing we do in the resistance phase is we draw a resistance event card. We're going to read the text in the red at the bottom. And it says that the location on the board with the most aliens, which is at least 2, that would be our military base, is targeted by an atomic bomb as described above. Oh my goodness. If more than 1 are tied, also for the atomic bomb, we're going to play on any space except the landing site. Well, this has told us we need to target our military base. Oh my gosh. Any aliens there are instantly destroyed. Wow. Well, Oh, that's four ships we've lost. In addition to this atomic bomb going off, we're going to have to place a demolished marker on that space. Well, wow. So I'm going to place a demolished marker on the military base. And that means we have to remove our Conquest token. A demolished marker says, if you'll notice, it has a population of 0, a resistance value of 0, but this population value of 0 means we no longer have our terror point we had earned in the previous round. And also, any resistance tokens that we find here will be +1 to their strength totals. Well, I hope we won't have to fight any more there. Well, we might have resistance counters that end up there, but for right now, there's no resistance, and it's got a resistance value of 0, so we won't be drawing any more resistance cards if we have to move there. Wow, that was a pretty tough resistance event phase there. Next would be to check locations for liberation. Well, we don't have any conquered locations anymore, so nothing's going to be liberated. So now we're going to move the human tech track. We're going to move it from 2 to 3. 3 is a red circle, so that means that we are going to place one random resistance counter on each board section. So I'll go ahead and grab 2 random resistance counters. We'll place them here. And we will roll for our first board location. We rolled a 4, so that means that the paratroopers will be joining the jet fighters. Alright, and then on this board, oops, that one kind of rolled off. We rolled a 1. And 1 is going to be this location right here. And there are now helicopters over in this location. Wow, so the resistance is building up against us quickly. We need to start rolling more actions each turn. Resistance move now. We didn't move our resistance counters that have the movement value. That includes the fighter planes at strength 6 and the jet fighters at strength 7. So first we'll move the fighter planes. They will move to location number 2. They're actually going to come up here to the demolished military base, which means we'll have to pass through them if we want to get into this other board section. The jet fighters are going to move to as well. Wow. That's like 3 2s in a row. This is not a good rolling day for me. Alright. So the jet fighters are also going to move to the military base where the atom bomb was detonated. Wow. Alright, resistance barrage. There are currently no resistance counters with the barrage effect, but there's no spaceships that can be hit by a barrage at this time. Let's see, then finally we will roll, well actually the ally could be hit, but again there's no counters adjacent to him, so with the barrage ability. And then finally we're going to roll for a tech breakthrough. So we will roll 3 dice because the human tech track is at level 3. We're going to roll 3 dice, and any of these dice come up as a 6, we will draw a human tech card. Wow! Whew! As if things couldn't get any worse. We rolled a 6. Well, let's see. The human tech is reverse engineering. We're going to draw 1 space stuff card and place it here. We're going to ignore that card's normal game text. Instead, if it's a weapon or an ally, all military resistance and all resistance counters are now at +1 strength. Otherwise, all resistance heroes now add +1 strength. Well, it's an upgrade, but it is a weapon as well. Blue lasers, a weapon and an upgrade. Wow. So that means that all resistance, all military resistance, and all resistance counters are now strength +1. Well, that's a really bad turn for us. Alright, well that went pretty quick. That takes us to the end of the resistance phase. It ends turn 3. We'll go ahead and, that went pretty fast. We'll go ahead and go into turn, to the end of turn 2. Let's go into turn 3. And we will start, it's a good thing we spent the 3 action points on these endless waves. Let's go ahead and roll for our action points this turn. We're in the command phase of turn 3. And we have, once again, 4 action points to spend. And you get a card that gives you more action points. Well, at the start of our action phase, that was a command phase, 4 action points. Let's go to the action phase. In the start of the action phase, we'll activate Endless Waves and bring all of our spaceships back. Alright, now that we have all our spaceships back, that was free, we still have 4 action points. I don't really feel like going into the military base or passing through it to get to the tanks. I do want to get to the tanks, but in order to do that, I would have to pass through the military base, and because there's resistance counters here, I'd have to fight both resistance counters. I suppose I could move all. Let's see if we did that. If we did move all of them, that'd be 3, that'd be 12. We'd be at 17 against their 13. They still could beat us on a roll of 6, but that actually might not be a bad idea. But I couldn't move them all. I could only move 4 of them. So it'd be 3 ships and Warlord Kazbak. Oh, wow, what to do, what to do, what to do. So I really would like to get into this capital objective board section. We already have 2 0 locations here. We have 3 more places we can put locations. But I'll save those in case we get destroyed later. Well, I think what I will do is I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, quick rules double check showed that we have to fight these resistance counters one at a time. So I will get to actually fight the Strength 7 jet fighters with my 1, 2, 3, 9 plus 5, which is going to give us a 14 to fight them with. There's no heroes, so his Kazbak's ability would not come into play. So a 7 to 14. So in theory we have them beat. The only thing they can beat us with would be a 6. So let's go ahead and roll this fight. And they did not roll a 6, they rolled a 1, so those jet fighters have been defeated. Well, next, we'll have to fight the fighter planes. So again, the fighter planes are strength 6 against our combined strength of 14. Only a 6 will be able to beat us. And they did not roll a 6. So we were able to defeat the fighter planes as well. And that will take us out of the battle phase, back to the draw phase. We didn't spend any of our event cards, so we don't get to draw any new event cards unless we choose to discard one of them, which again I don't think I want to do. So that will take us to the resistance phase. And we will start by drawing 1 resistance event card, and please don't let it be an atom bomb. Oh my goodness. It is. That's a location card. How about we draw an event card? This is Prepare Defenses, and in the red text it says, until the start of the next resistance phase, all locations are +1 resistance. Alright. So all locations are plus, that means we'll have to have an extra fight at each of these locations. And yes, I can hear some of you screaming at the video now. You're yelling at me across the internet that I did not add the Strength +1 from our reverse engineering event card or human tech card, which would have given the jet fighters and the fighter planes, they would have had an extra +1, so the jets would have been at a 8, and the jet fighter or the fighter planes would have been at a 7. But again, with their combined rolls, the jet fighters rolled a 1 and the fighter planes rolled a 3, so there's no change to the gameplay. The outcome would have been the same. We beat them in both cases. Alright, so we have our human tech card, or excuse me, our resistance event card. They'll stay in play until the end of the next resistance phase, or excuse me, the start of the next resistance phase. This will be in effect for turn 4. Check for location liberation. We did not conquer any locations. I no point in considering the military base conquered because currently its value is 0. There have been no points for it. So he'll move the human tech track, and he'll move to 4. But this is not a red circle, so we do not place any new resistance counters. There are currently no resistance counters with the move ability, so we will not be moving any resistance counters. There are no counters with the barrage ability, and so step 6 we will roll for the breakthrough. Let's take 4 dice, and hopefully none of these 4 dice will come up as a 6. Well, one of them did. So let's draw another human tech card. This one is atomic shells. All tank resistance, including resistance counters, are now +1 strength, and all barrage attacks now hit on the roll of 1, 2, or 3. Well, Libel's right in front of us. There's a tank who will be really tough to beat next turn because he's going to have a +1 from reverse engineering. He's going to have another +2 from prepared defenses and another +1 from atomic shells. It's going to be +4. He's already at 5. It's going to be a strength 9. So hopefully we'll have enough action points to get all of our ships there this next turn. I'll take those dice off. And let's go ahead and move into turn 4. I will roll the command dice. We're in the command phase. Starting the command phase for turn 4. I'm going to roll the dice to see how many actions we have. 2. 2 actions. Alright, well, I can definitely use anybody's help out there. We have 2 actions to spin this turn. And no points. A lot of resistance in front of us. And 6 turns left to get 8 points. So we'll leave it at this. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thank you to Flying Frog Productions. Definitely go check out flyingfrog.net for all other Flying Frog products, such as Conquest of Planet Earth. They have a great wiki for it. If you'd like some more information, there's also Last Night on Earth they have out there. Be sure and check out Interstorm Games. You can check out our website at interstormgames.com. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. We're just popping up all over the place, it seems. So, one final time, my name is Richard Cree. This is Interstorm Games Presents. This is Conquest of Planet Earth. And thank you for watching. Hope to see you again next time.